guys, my name is Nita. I'm a professional iPhone photographer here in Nashville, Tennessee. Stuff that I'll mostly be talking about is stuff about what I do for a living as an iPhone photographer slash fashion style choices for ladies with big chested boobs and a tiny-ish waist. What it's like being in your almost late 20s. Oh my gosh. Interracial dating. Yes, my boyfriend is white. Also talking about alpha female entrepreneurship, women, that lifestyle. I'm a big advocate for being independent and surviving in this world. It's a great natural instinct to have, long-term, way back historical trait that will keep you alive, surviving. I am a big advocate for alpha females. Yes. In case you don't know what that is, I will share you info about that. An alpha woman to me is a strong woman, courageous, resilient, emotionally intelligent, can take care of herself, is very independent, doesn't need a group of women or people to help her figure out life or to help her do things that a basic human can do by themselves. I love knowing that it's a thing, because I always felt I was just a very independent person. I always felt like it was kind of a wrong thing amongst peers, doing stuff by yourself. But for me, I can do stuff by myself and be totally fine with it. Once I realized that an alpha woman was a thing, because I don't have like a lot of females around me all the time, and I kind of don't want that at the same time, because I can't handle too many emotions. Because me as a Cancer woman, I have so much empathy for people. I suck myself into their problems, or I suck myself into their issues. It just drains me. So yeah, honestly, I like being to myself. I can think better, and it's nothing personally taken to anybody. It's just I can think better, and when I think better, life is better, and when life is better, I can get closer to my goal in life of what I want for myself in life before we die. I just love the fact that there's badass women out there that hold their bag and can start something big on their own, building a foundation and growing that building with their mindset, their ideas. And hey, she got the dog bark collar on her, so. But people that are great examples of alpha women are Dolly Parton, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey. Women that I think they're also like that are Angelina Jolie. I think she's a great example of an alpha woman. It's women that you kind of find intimidating, but you respect the shit out of them, And I kind of want to be that way, being a trailblazer as a full-time iPhone photographer who only shoots on her iPhone but takes badass photos at reasonable prices for people, because she gives a fuck about people getting good content at reasonable prices. Anyways, but yes, I'm a big fan of people like Dolly Parton, for example, because she built a whole foundation, like her whole theme park, a whole area that is dedicated to her, and so much more. I don't know if you've seen the Dolly Parton documentary, because that explains a lot about what she does as a woman, and it's just, I don't know, it's inspiring to me. It's inspiring to see women like that. It's no offense to women who do the typical society norm, like have kids, get married, or I should have switched that. Get married, have kids, and be the stay-at-home wife. Like, that was so 50s. Like, we don't have to be that way. And you don't have to have kids if you don't want to have kids. And that pressure is still happening among society, even though they do have kids and they're still badass. Like, I find that inspiring. Alpha women does not mean that you're a bossy lady who doesn't listen to nobody. That's not it. An alpha woman respects everybody. She doesn't have to raise her tone to get her point across. The room respects her for who she is. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be loud. It's all about resilience. Like, if something is said to you and you take offense to it, we don't act emotionally. Like, we hear what you said. We take in what you said, and then we respond in a way where it's a positive look on us, but hopefully you get the point. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to beat a bitch down in order to get your point across. Like, no, that's not That's not alpha woman. Like, have some respect for yourself. The moment you raise your tone, you lost. That's what I love about alpha woman. Like, if you look at people like Oprah Winfrey, do you think she just like yells at everybody on her interview? Do you think she like yells at her coworkers like to get shit done? Like, no, you don't need to yell. You don't need to raise your voice. That just makes you an emotional person who can't control their emotions. You're not emotionally intelligent if you get to that point in a conversation or trying to get your way. I just respect those values. I respect the values of what an alpha woman means.
Sean, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
American Society of Microbiology, Mayo Clinic, Clinical Microbiology. All show the use of paper towels results in lower rates of contamination than jet air dryers, and foaming soaps are less concentrated, which reduces effectiveness. Added fragrances increase allergic reactions, and synthetic fabrics can be abrasive and contribute to microplastic pollution.
Sean, we talked about this.
Okay, you made these changes without asking us first because you're not trying to help us or protect patients. You're doing it to save money, and it's wrong.
Sean.
Okay, you're wrong.
I'm so sorry. He's just really passionate.
You're wrong!
It's okay. You're right.
Okay.
I didn't ask the staff here, but I did ask other experts whose research proves I'm not wrong. But that doesn't mean you are.
We can't both be right.
Yes, we can. Because some doctors are different. And sometimes your ASD gives you...
No, thank you. It's not my ASD.
Yes, it is. But if you'll just let me finish, I was going to assure you that I'm not dismissing you. I value your unique perspective, because my ADHD gives me a unique perspective. You could be a great asset to this hospital, but only if I'm able to recognize that one size may not fit all.
It's not the size of the scrubs.
I'll have maintenance put back the old soap and paper towels in the residents' locker room and break room. And you can go back to wearing your old scrubs. But just you.
I just want to be better towards that goal. I kind of already see myself being that, but I want to be better. I feel like everyone has a lot of work to do in all aspects of, being more emotionally intelligent. Like, people think emotional intelligence is something that you're just born with, but that's not true. It's not like an IQ, having a high IQ. It's more like something that's learned throughout amongst a lot of people. Like, you have to like grow to get there. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. And that's one thing that I am personally working on too. Like, especially someone that reacts emotionally. I've realized that that's not a trait that I want to use professionally as a person of who I want to become. I want to maintain my emotions. I want to be better at handling situations the more rational way instead of the irrational way, and think logically on things so that we can accept it and move on. Because that's one thing that I struggled with, was the moment I feel emotions, it's hard for me to accept. I can't move on, and then I go through these downward spirals of issues and drama. I don't want to be that. I want to be able to accept it, move on, and make the best choice that makes me move forward in life instead of lingering. You don't get anywhere if you just linger. So and an alpha woman doesn't mean that you don't feel emotions. It's you feel the emotions that you have to feel to recognize what you're feeling, but it's the what you do about it. Like for example, dude cheats on you. You're gonna feel those emotions, feel the hurt, feel the pain. We could either A, go to his place and beat his ass and probably get an assault charge and for something not worth it, or B, we're gonna slash his tires and not put the direct effect on him, but on something else that he owns. Like, no, because then he probably more likely is gonna assume it's a you and putting all your energy onto that person is not worth it. The third option is C, like what can I do that's gonna better me? You accept the fact that he cheated. Now, learn from it. Is this someone that you want to be involved with in your life? Be involved in your life. Is this person gonna better you or just keep hurting you? That is where you make that wise decision. Just be like, you know what? do what you gotta do what's best for you, because you're clearly not it for me. We're moving on from it. Accept it. Logical choice. Move on. And know that someone is better out there for you who would never do that to you. Never hurt you. Never make you go through that pain, tears, and all that stuff. And that's kind of how I perceive making more logical decisions, which is what an alpha woman's value has, that resilience and making better choices instead of reacting on emotion. That is how I see those kind of women, and I feel like there's so many more of the women out there that are the alpha type. Lady Gaga is an example of an alpha woman. I want to say Miley Cyrus is an alpha woman. I've been seeing some traits in her ever since her breakup. Let me see. There's this girl named Pretty Little Liars when I was watching as a kid. Shay Mitchell. Like, at the time I was big on females that was single and thriving, because in my high school days, when I had my first boyfriend and went through a breakup, I felt like I needed a relationship to make me feel better. And that's an unhealthy trait to have. I hate when people also say, like, I'm the relationship type person. Okay, so you care more about the relationship than the actual person. Like, that doesn't sound good. It's a red flag. Like, you're just keeping that person in your life just for the relationships aspect. Like, nah, that's not alpha woman at all. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Charlize Theron, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I could have mispronounced it. I think she's fucking, even though I know she's an actress, but there's just something about her outside of it. I just love that. It's just women that are doing the damn thing, you know? That just, I respect that. I'm inspired by that. I see myself as that, and you know what they say, if you can't see yourself as something, you'll never become that, because you can't even visualize it for yourself. Like, for me, I didn't necessarily see myself as an iPhone photographer, you know, full-timer, until I started paving out the way for myself of what could be. And then now I see myself as that. At this moment, now I see myself as badass alpha woman out here, bad bitches, here we are, and doing something that's completely different from the norm. That's what I want to become. That's who I want to be. And I feel like that will help me get to my goal in life of becoming successful iPhone photographer, maybe the first millionaire to become an iPhone photographer. You know, I just don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to keep working on myself and follow those values and attribute rules of an alpha female. There's also a book called the Alpha Female Bible. Once I read or listened to that, I listened to the audiobooks. Once I listened to the audiobook, I was like, validate my life. Thank you. Because alpha women are also attracted to alpha males, low key. But, you know, they're not all they don't have to be with an alpha male. But I saved myself for someone that was not the bare minimum. 5 years of being single. I don't count guys that I've dated low-key and they just never called me their girlfriend. Like, no. But I have been literally telling myself, don't date bare minimums, because if they're just going to give you the bare minimum, that's what you're asking for yourself. And that's no. And I literally saved myself for someone that was like me, like the male version of me, basically. I'm not all there yet, but I'm getting there. And I want to be with a partner who is also trying to do the same thing, and then we just help each other grow in that way. Never reliant on each other. So my phone died. Life happened, but I'm determined to get this video done. Anyways, from what I was saying, it is one of my goals to become more alpha female and carry all those valuable traits of resilience, confidence, and, you know, never giving up, and all of the above of all the beautiful traits that alpha women have. That's one thing I also am trying to work on, as well as confidence. I mean, I feel like I have way more confidence now than I did before growing up in high school. That's one of the traits that I want to also be better at, and self-discipline. Would like to talk more about a bunch of other things. I'm not gonna make these videos too long, so feel free to watch more of my videos. Subscribe, like, or comment if you have any ideas of what you think cool alpha women females are out there, because I know I didn't name all of them that I wanted to name, but I tried. Thank you guys so much for watching.